Hi there. Today in class we will be doing a reading lesson where the students will be reviewing about synonyms and antonyms. We will be using a Webquest to help them learn with that. So the Virginia Standard of Learning for this lesson is Reading 2.7. The students will expand vocabulary when reading and use their knowledge of synonyms and antonyms. The learning objectives that I have planned out for this lesson are students will be able to correctly identify antonyms and synonyms and receive at least an 80%. Students will be able to identify words that have similar meanings and understand what the words mean and receive at least an 80%. So now I'm going to take you over to the Webquest, and this is what it's going to look like when you see it. So this is the teacher's page. Here for the introduction, it says the goal of this lesson. And so here it just says that it's to demonstrate how words have similar and different meanings and to be able to point them out and use it in connect it in everyday situations. And here are the instructions for this lesson, which I will go over in more detail later. On the Learners tab, it just says the grade is second grade and the subject is language arts. Here's the standard and the process. So the process says I'd ask that you begin the lesson explaining how we use synonyms and antonyms every day without knowing it, and to give the students a brief explanation of what each are and some examples of both. So if they see water, they can think of an adjective of hot or cold, and so things like that. Then I ask that you divide them into groups of two and have one of them go get their technology out, and they will be working through the Webquest together, starting with reviewing the synonym and antonym song. That was for homework. Then they will move to the process where they will do a matching activity for both synonyms and antonyms. And then lastly, they will do a scavenger hunt around the classroom with their partner and then fill out a Google Doc that can be found in the Webquest. Students will be evaluated based on their performance in the class as well as on the Google Doc. And so this is a great way for them to review synonyms and antonyms as well as being able to connect it. The resources here that I have are just some of the websites and resources around the classroom. And here are the credits, and this is just about me. We're going to go to what the students can see. Here the students can see the goal that I showed you on the introduction of the teacher's page. Then they also see why it's important for them to understand synonyms and antonyms and to use it. And here, down here, just explains why it's important for them to pay attention today in class. Here on the task, it just says that they will complete a Google Doc that states the object and the adjective that describes it, a synonym and an antonym of that object, and their partner synonyms and antonyms. And then they will each write 2 sentences for both the synonym and the antonym of the object. The process for it, they will start off by reviewing the synonym and antonym song that they watched last night for homework, which looks just like this. Then they will, together they will play the matching antonyms and synonyms game. And then lastly, they will go around the room for the scavenger hunt and they will look for 5 objects. And they will write a synonym and an antonym for an adjective that describes that object. And then they will write that in the Google Doc that is provided, which looks like this, where they will also have their partner write a synonym and an antonym. After their chart is filled out for all 5 objects and then the synonyms for those and the antonyms, they will write 2 sentences for using a synonym and an antonym in a sentence for those. The evaluation, they will be evaluated on the amount of objects that they have and the synonyms, the antonyms, and then the synonyms and antonyms their partner came up with. And then in conclusion, it says that they did a great job today, and I thank them for working so hard and staying on task. And then I also challenged them to go home and think of synonyms and antonyms for the objects around the house. And so hopefully through this review, the students will be able to correctly identify antonyms and synonyms and identify words that have similar meanings and understand what the words mean from this activity. Thank you so much for your help today. I greatly appreciate it.